In my doodle, I showed a downward cascade of delegating scopes of authority, delegating governance control even, and we saw an upward cascade of reporting, an upward cascade of escalation, right? Because when I delegate a certain scope of control, I'm very clear. These are the guardrails that are in place, and you have the freedom and flexibility in between these guardrails to make a decision, take an action, make a trade-off, all of that kind of stuff. But if it's beyond that line, you need to raise your hand and escalate, right? So it's very clear as we delegate scopes of control down, and then very clear when to raise our hand and delegate up. Okay, so we saw a few examples of a cascade down, and we saw other examples of a cascade up. Another thing that cascades down is a poem. I always say it's like a poem, except it doesn't rhyme and it's spelt incorrectly. So we're connecting the dots on these poems. P for purpose, O for objectives, I for indicator, what indicates success, and M for metrics, what are the numbers. DPI from the organizational level. Direct, right? Direct, where's the vision? We're providing direction. That's the vision, right? That's so far off. We need goals, right? Those longer term goals to hit. And then we could chunk down those goals to objectives. So all of this provides direction as well as the success criteria. So that's helping us provide direction. Your governing body probably had a big part of that. Are we delivering value in line with the triple bottom line? A lot of the times, yes, we are. And then we could see how that poem is connected to the poems that cascade down. I like to think of it as cascades and tin cans because it's not just a downward cascade. Sometimes you're picking up like a little tin can that people talk to with the string. You know, you're crisscrossing across the organization too. With DPI, we're connecting the dots, cascading up and down, but it's really not just up and down. We're going across, across, across. So it might look more like this. So that's why I say the tin cans, like you're picking up the tin can and you're crisscrossing and staying aligned. And one of the things I said not to worry about just yet was this idea of guiding principles. If the organization is setting guiding principle, this is a recommendation that could guide the organization, but also my departments, my teams, my individuals in all circumstances, right? So it's going to guide that organization and everyone else, again, keeping this alignment. So if we're guided by the same guiding principles, you're going to see continuity in action taking, decision making, even the way we think. So what are your organization's guiding principles? Do you have these recommendations that guide our actions, guide our hearts, guide our mind?